Picture yourself at 70 to 80, still rocking 7 standout traits that make you a rare gem. Glowing like a star in your golden years. We all crave growing older with style, meaning, and a big smile. But as the years roll by, it's tough to hold on to what keeps us alive inside. Plenty stumble before hitting 70, and some fade later, lost to loneliness or a rut. But then there are those who soar, bursting with energy and know-how. Let's dive into what makes them special, and how you can be one too. This video unveils 7 life-changing habits for seniors thriving at 70 to 80, adapting to change, savoring simple joys, staying curious, embracing gratitude, keeping active with peace, giving back to inspire, and laughing daily. Perfect for retirees, elderly folks, and anyone seeking senior living tips. It's your guide to healthy aging and vitality, packed with practical advice, Buddhist wisdom, and relatable stories. Discover how to defy aging myths and shine. Like, share, and subscribe for more golden years inspiration. 1. You adapt to change with ease. Picture yourself at 70 to 80, still rolling with life's punches like a champ. Whether it's figuring out the tricky smartphone or tweaking your daily routine to fit a new normal, you're a rare gem, shining bright in a world that never slows down. These days, everything's zooming by at warp speed, apps update overnight, gadgets multiply, and even the way we chat with loved ones flips upside down. Plenty of elderly folks get stuck in the dust, wrestling with tech they can't quite grasp or modern habits that feel like a foreign language. They might stare at a touch screen, baffled, or shrug off online banking as too complicated. But not you. You're different. Your knack for adapting keeps you right in the thick of things, fully plugged into this fast-paced game of life. You're not just surviving, you're thriving, riding the waves of change with a grin. But hold up. Watch your step. Scammers love sniffing around for anyone who looks lost, dangling fake tech support scams or sneaky phishing emails to catch the unwary off guard. They'll promise to fix your Wi-Fi or lure you with too good to be true deals, hoping you will bite. Stay sharp, keep your eyes peeled, and don't let them dim your shine. As the Buddha wisely put it, nothing is permanent, everything changes. That's not just a fancy quote. It's your superpower. Embracing that truth lets you bend instead of break, turning challenges into chances to grow. Think about an elderly woman, maybe someone like your neighbor or aunt, who learned to video call her grandkids halfway across the globe. She didn't let distance win, she grabbed that tablet, fumbled through the buttons, and suddenly, those little faces were lighting up her screen. Her openness didn't just shrink the miles, it built a bridge straight to their hearts. That's the magic of adaptability. It keeps you connected, relevant, and ready for whatever's next. So, how do you tackle change in your own life? Do you dive in head first or tiptoe at the edges? What's one small step you could take today? Maybe downloading that app everyone's buzzing about, or asking a grandkid to show you their latest gadget. To stay in sync with the world spinning around you. 2. You cherish simple pleasures. Imagine hitting 70 to 80 and still lighting up over life's little treasures. Sipping a warm cup of tea that hugs your soul. Watching a sunset paint the sky in colors you can't name. Or cracking up at a silly joke that catches you off guard. You've stumbled onto a secret that keeps happiness close. And that makes you a rare gem in a world obsessed with chasing the next big thing. These days, it's all about glitz and glamour, fancy cars, sprawling mansions, and Instagram feeds screaming "look at me." But that stuff, it fades fast, like a shiny toy that breaks by lunchtime. Simplicity, though, it's the real deal. The kind of joy that sticks around no matter what's in your bank account. You've got that figured out, and it's pure gold. But here's the catch. Watch out for that sneaky trap of comparison. Social media's a master at it. Flashing picture-perfect lives that can sucker you into thinking your quiet moments don't measure up. Don't fall for it. Keep your eyes on what's right in front of you. The stuff that's yours to savor. Epictetus, that old Stoic wise guy, nailed it when he said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." It's not about piling up stuff, it's about loving what you've got. Picture an old man, maybe your grandpa or that guy down the street, who'd sit on his creaky porch every morning, tossing crumbs to the birds. He'd watch them flutter in, chirping their thanks, and you could see it in his eyes. Pure peace. The kind you can't buy at any store. That's proof right there. Joy doesn't come with a price tag or a like button. It's in the everyday stuff. The steam off your coffee. The breeze on your face. The giggle that sneaks out when you least expect it. You've got that magic in you. That knack for finding gold in the small stuff. So, what simple pleasure gets you grinning? Is it that first bite of toast in the morning or the way the radio lands on your favorite tune? How can you weave it into your days? Maybe setting aside 5 minutes to soak it in. So it's not just a moment, but a habit that keeps your heart humming. 3. You keep curiosity alive. Picture yourself at 70 or 80, still poking at the world with a big why or how dancing in your head. You're a rare gem if that spark of curiosity still flickers like a fire that won't quit. Most folks your age might have parked themselves in the easy chair of routine, letting the days blur into a snooze fest of same old, rewatching the same shows, eating the same meals, dodging anything that smells like a challenge. Not you, though. You're out there chasing wonder, digging into new tricks or fresh ideas like a kid who just found a treasure map. Maybe you're puzzling out how to grow tomatoes in pots or wondering what makes the stars twinkle a little brighter some nights. That hunger to know keeps your mind buzzing. And it's pure magic. But hold on. Keep your wits about you. There's a jungle of quick fix courses and slick talking gurus out there, hawking fake wisdom like it's a miracle cure. They'll promise you the moon. Master this. Unlock that. But it's all smoke and mirrors to snag your cash or your trust. Sidestep that nonsense and hunt down the real deal. The stuff that's worth your time. Take a page from Leonardo da Vinci. That wild-haired genius who never stopped scribbling inventions even when his beard turned grey. His mind stayed hungry, sketching flying machines and wild contraptions till the end. That's the vibe you've got. That itch to figure things out. The Buddhists have a saying that fits you like a glove, in the beginner's mind. There are many possibilities. It's all about staying wide open, ready to soak up whatever's out there. No matter how many candles are on your cake, you don't let age box you in. You're too busy asking questions, poking around corners, and lighting up at the answers. So, what gets your curiosity revving? Is it unraveling the mystery of a bird's song, tinkering with a gadget you've never touched, or cracking open a book about something wild like deep-sea critters? Whatever it is, grab it and run with it. How about taking a swing at something new this week? Maybe a recipe, a craft, a quirky fact to chase down? Comment yes below if you're in. Let's keep that spark blazing together. 4. You practice gratitude daily. Imagine rolling out of bed at 70 to 80, eyes blinking open, and instead of groaning about creaky knees or yesterday's leftovers, you're tallying up the good stuff. You're a rare gem if you've got that gratitude groove going strong. It's like waving a wand over the everyday grind, turning a plain old cup of coffee into a warm hug or a cloudy morning into a cozy excuse to stay in. Most folks your age, they're too busy grumbling, muttering about the weather, the news, or that ache that won't quit, letting those gripes snuff out their sunshine. Not you, though. You've cracked the code. Gratitude's the secret sauce that keeps your days sparkling. Science backs you up on this. Studies say people who count their blessings don't just smile more. They stick around longer, happier and healthier. Like it's some kind of superhero shield against the blues. But watch out. Negativity's a sneaky thief, creeping in when you're not looking, ready to clamp down hard if you start obsessing over every twinge or trouble. Let it linger, and it'll swipe your glow right out from under you. The Dalai Lama dropped some truth that fits you perfect. Happiness comes from your own actions. It's not luck or a fancy trick, it's you choosing to see the bright side. Picture an elderly guy, maybe someone you'd pass on the street, who lost his wife a while back. Life could have dragged him under, but instead, he sat down with a pen and scratched out thank you notes to his neighbors. Simple stuff, like thanks for the chat or that pie was a lifesaver. Those little scribbles? They were his lifeline, keeping his head above water, his heart tethered to the good in the world. That's gratitude in action. Quiet, steady, and tough as nails. You've got that same spark, that knack for spotting the silver lining, whether it's the way the sun hits your window or a friend's voice on the phone. So, what's lighting you up today? That first sip of tea, a bird hopping by, or just waking up to another shot at life? And how can you pass it on? Maybe a quick thanks to someone, a smile, a note, spreading that magic around. Keep it rolling, because that's how you shine, day after day. 5. You stay active and peaceful. Picture yourself at 70 to 80, still kicking it with a bounce in your step. Maybe a stroll around the block or a good stretch to loosen up, while keeping your cool even when life's tossing curveballs. You're a rare gem, rocking vitality and serenity like a pro. Staying active isn't just about flexing muscles, it's your ticket to freedom, keeping you from getting glued to the couch or leaning too hard on others. And that calm you carry, that's your spirit's shield, holding steady when chaos tries to crash the party. Plenty of folks your age lose that spark. Legs stiffen up, stairs turn into mountains, or they let worry take the wheel, fretting over every what if until it's all they've got left. Not you. You've nailed the sweet spot, weaving motion and peace into a dance that keeps you whole. But easy does it. Push too hard, and you might tweak something, trading freedom for a limp, and steer clear of toxic noise, like that 24/7 news cycle blaring doom. It'll rattle your car faster than a jack can. Think of an 80-year-old guy, maybe your uncle or the neighbor with the green phone, up there gardening every day. He's bending and digging, soil under his nails, staying nimble while the roses bloom around him. Total tranquility, like using his own little world. That's the vibe you're channeling, active enough to keep the blood pumping, peaceful enough to let the stress slide off. Confucius dropped a gem that fits you like a glove. It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. No rush, no pressure, just keep moving your way. Then there's that Zen proverb, cool and sharp, let go or be dragged. It's about ditching the baggage, those nagging worries or that urge to overdo it, so you're not hauled down by life's muck. You've got this balanced down, a rhythm that's all yours. So, what keeps you on your feet? A lap around the park, a sway to some tunes, or just puttering in the yard? And how do you snag that peace? Maybe a quiet coffee moment, a deep breath, or tuning out the racket. That's your magic combo, keeping you lively and chill, day after day. 6. You give back and inspire. Imagine hitting 70 to 80 and still dishing out goodness. Maybe lending a hand, sharing a nugget of hard-earned wisdom, or just being the ear someone needs, while sparking a fire in the younger crowd with the way you live. You're a rare gem, brimming with purpose that lights up everything around you. Giving back isn't just a nice to do, it's your lifeline, tying you to the world in a way that keeps your heart pumping and your soul buzzing, and inspiring those wide-eyed kids or grandkids. That's your legacy taking root, growing into something they'll carry long after you're gone. Plenty of folks your age might think their giving days are done, pulling back into their own little bubble. But not you. You're out there, pouring into others like it's second nature. Whether it's fixing a neighbor's face, passing down a tip that saved your bacon once, or listening to someone spill their guts. You're building bridges. And when you show the young ones how it's done, grit, grace, whatever you've got, that's when your light really shines. Shaping them without even trying. But hold up, pace yourself, because burning out's a real blockade. You can't pour from an empty cup, so know when to kick back, and skip the soapbox. Nobody likes a lecture. Lead with your life, not your lips. The Buddha had it right when he said, thousands of candles can be lit from a single flame. Your spark can set off a wildfire of good without dimming a bit. Picture a grandmother, maybe your own or one you've seen around, hunched over her knitting needles, churning out blankets for a shelter down the road. Her hands moved slow but sure, piling up warmth for strangers, while her voice spun tales of tough times and tougher comebacks for her grandkids sprawled at her feet. Those stories, they stuck, molding their spines with grit she didn't even know she was passing on. That's your kind of magic, giving that ripples out, inspiring that sinks deep. Her light didn't just warm bodies, it lit paths. So, how do you give back? A quick favor, a shared trick, a quiet moment? And what mark are you leaving? Something loud or soft that the young ones will carry? That's your gift, your glow, stretching far beyond today. 7. You laugh often. Picture yourself cruising into 70 or 80, still cracking up at life's goofy twists. Like misplacing your glasses on your head or a squirrel pulling acrobatics in the yard. You're a rare gem with a heart that refuses to grow old. Laughter's your secret weapon. A jolt of pure sunshine that slices through stress and hoists your spirits high. And the science nerds back it up. Chuckling kicks cortisol to the curb and pumps out feel-good vibes like nobody's business. Plenty of folks your age let the years turn them grumpy. Lips pursed tighter than a lemon, griping about every little thing. The creaky floor, the slow mail, the neighbor's yappy dog. Not you, though. You're too busy giggling, keeping that youthful zip alive no matter what the calendar says. You've got a knack for spotting the funny side. And it's like a superpower keeping you bouncy when others sink. But watch out. There's always those joy killers lurking. The sourpusses who'd rather moan than crack a smile, dragging everyone down with their gloom. Steer clear of that crew, hunt down the bright spots instead. The silly, the absurd, the stuff that tickles you pink. Take an old guy, maybe your dad or that jokester at the corner store, who'd laugh his head off at his own scatterbrain moments. Forgot where he parked the car? He'd turn it into a comedy bit, grinning at the slip-up instead of stewing. Pure gold, turning oops into a win. Mark Twain, that wisecracking word wizard, hit the nail on the head when he called humor mankind's greatest blessing. It's not just fluff, it's the glue that keeps you light when life gets heavy. A gift you unwrap every time you let out a belly laugh. You've got that magic, that knack for finding the chuckle in the chaos. Whether it's a grandkid's goofy quip or a sitcom rerun that still lands. So, what got you giggling today? That moment you tripped over nothing and caught yourself laughing? Or a pun so bad it was good? Spill it below. Share that spark. Toss some cheer into the world. Because your laughter's contagious. And we could all use a dose. Keep it rolling. Because that's how you stay young. One snort at a time. These 7 qualities: adaptability, simplicity, curiosity, gratitude, activity with peace, giving back with inspiration, and laughter, paint a picture of those rare gems who don't just survive but thrive at 70 to 80, shining like stars against the dusk of years. You're not just clocking time, your journey's a gold mine, packed with lessons and know-how that can light the way for everyone trailing behind. Each trait's a thread in the tapestry of a life well lived, weaving a story that says age is just a number. But living with gusto? That's forever. So, how do you rock these vibes? Are you the one tweaking gadgets with a grin, savoring a quiet sunset, or chuckling at life's quirks? What nuggets of advice would you toss our way? Maybe a trick to stay curious or a secret to keeping peace? If this hit home, if it sparked a heck yeah in your soul, give it a like, share it with your crew, and hop on board. Subscribe to our journey of wisdom. Smack that bell for fresh updates. Because we're in this together. Growing, glowing, and proving living well never gets old. Thanks for hanging out with us.